Hi, my name is Linda Robinson, and welcome back to my channel. And before I forget, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I will be doing more videos, but like I said, I would do another one with some of the things that I learned doing the process before getting my reversal. And I'm still waiting on my surgery date, but I have my MRI and all my doctor visits all good. So I have my approval, so I'm just waiting for the date for my surgery date. And I just want to thank you for coming and listening. And I hope and pray that it does somebody good and take the fear out of the unknown to help. And it's like just so many questions, and just when just like the nurses said at the hospital, you're going to go through a lot of supplies and see what best fits you. And I have done that, and what helped me, I just want to share it, and it may help you also. First of all, the bag itself. The one that I chose was the Hollister 18284, and it's a two-piece, and the matching part to it is number 14604, and they look like this. This is the bag itself. This is the hole. When you have an ileostomy, the hole size, it doesn't have to be probably this big, but this is like perfect to give me enough room to do what I need to do when I cut it. But make sure that it's not too small, because the regular ones with the one stoma, that it would work. But for the ileostomy, you have two stomas side by side. So instead of like a perfect circle, it's an oval shape. So you're going to cut it to length in it. Well, whoever new to it, but I'm sure that if you're not, you understand. So this is the piece that goes against the stomach, and then this attaches to it. And this part, they got just this, like if it was a circle, it'd be fine. But like I said, with the ileostomy, you have two stomas, so it's gonna be like an oval shape. And this one, I thought when I first got it, when I ran out of the ones from the hospital, that it was like a kind of like too small, maybe. I had my husband laughing. I said, I think these right here like for like really small people or kids, unfortunately. But it actually worked better, because with the bigger bags, once it starts to feel, especially with the ileostomy, because there's a lot of fluid in it also, it started to feel, and then the weight at the bottom was kind of pulling and tugging on the incision site. But this was like a lot closer to the incision site, so it wasn't so much pulling on it. And out of all the ones that I have been through several. This one held up. I did have several that leaked. The ends came loose, and one of them I put on, and as soon as I stood up, it just popped off. But with the Hollister, I haven't had a leak or any problems. And so this is the one that I chose. But like I said, I'm just saying what worked for me. And for when I get ready to actually cut them, I have 3 sets of scissors here. And in order to cut, this one with the little angle works perfect. These work now, but this one works like perfectly. And because it has the angle to it, and it just, like, if you can see, I'm not going to cut it because I don't have my little piece that I use to get close to the shape that I need. And like that's for that. And when I get ready to change it, I found out without my husband's help, because he helped me so much the first couple of weeks until I got used to it. But doing it by myself, I found some little tricks. In the bathroom, this little trash can with the liner. When I get ready to change it, I just put this in front of me and kind of put the bag over in it and like lean up against the sink, and it holds this perfectly in place. And as I take it off, it just drops inside the trash can. And when I take it off, what I use is, I wouldn't suggest just peeling it off, because the skin, mine got sensitive. And so I use the adhesive remover that I'm sure that they will give you some, and then in your first shipment you get, and they're like just like little packets, and you just open them up, and when you get ready to remove it, just peel it back just a little bit, the part that's stuck to your skin, and then you just take the wet little wipe and just start pressing down on it. Then you'll start feeling it tearing it loose, and then just work it. Take your time and get used to it. And you're gonna figure out, in the beginning, I wanted to go kind of fast with it, so I'm going kind of fast, and I made a complete mess. So if you kind of slow down and just keep it steady and take your time and relax, and it will get better, I promise you. The first week, the learning part of it was kind of hectic, but after that, you start learning little things, how to twist, how to turn. And I said, and once you get it off and you can see your stoma and your incision, it'll be a mess. Because I watched videos before I got home and everything looked kind of clean cut. And it's like, oh, you just do this, and and just put it on, and that's it. No. It's going to be a mess when you take it off. At first with the ileostomy, I don't know how the other one worked, but with the ileostomy, at first it's like liquid. But then as everything starts to heal and the food start to process a little better, it'll thicken up. And it won't be like hard. You don't want it hard. But it will make a mess. So when you got it off, what I found to do was, since I'm already at the sink, is I have paper towel in there and wet it. Just stick it up on the sink, wet it, and then just wipe it. I still got the trash can right in front of me, and just drop it in. Take another one and just gently just wet it first, and then wipe it. And you'll see it just comes off really clean and nice. And they also ordered me, hopefully they will, you also, this dermal wound cleanser. And hopefully you'll have some too. And then this little pump, because if you put it on like the one that skeets, not spray out, but the one that skeets, and once I get it cleaned off, I take this and I actually skeet it all over my stoma itself, and whatever's little stuck in there, whatever, it comes off. And like I said, the trash can is right here. So it just drops into the trash can. There's no mess to clean up afterward. Everything's going to go into that trash can. This works very good. And then they gave me these gauzes. And so after I clean that off, I wet it with this, and then like clean it up some more and around it. And because as you start using some of the products to keep the skin from messing up, from getting like peeling off, and you'll see like some residue on it, but it comes off well. And you just spray. That's what I do now. I just spray some of this on it and just clean around it. And then once it's pretty clean, and I got all the adhesive off also, because you don't want the adhesive to stay on there, because you want a good stick once you put this on. And so I use that, wipe it off. You can use the paper towel if you want to, and just clean around where the adhesive was, and that way you use that and then that way you know that it's all clean and ready. And then me being by myself, then I'll come and I have what I need. This And because my skin got irritated. This is what is the Stoma powder. And I use this, and these. And I will tell you, the best thing I did figure out was, before I leave the bathroom, is to wet one of these gauzes and then stick it. It just stick to the stoma. And that way, if it does start to leak or anything, it doesn't just flop down or go down across your stomach where you already clean. This right here will catch it. And so I just come and I lay down on the bed, and I have this little compact mirror. This is just broken one, and it's the one that expands everything. And I just sit it in front of me so I can see what I'm cleaning and how. These right here are the skin protectors. It's like a skin barrier. And I got two different types. That's the Coloplast, and that's the Adapt. None of these, I'm not sponsoring me or anything. I'm just telling you what I used to help me, and they helped tremendously. This one worked well. This one for me worked better. And if you use it, you'll notice once you open it and put it on around the area that's irritated or the skin has come off, it has like a film that like covers over it. And you can put it around like the whole skin area or just a little irritated area. And what you'll notice is it's sticky, real sticky. And so when you try to take it off, and I bring the trash can with me and put it beside the bed on the floor, so that when I'm doing anything, I just reach over and just drop it into the trash can. It just helps with the cleanup. And like I said, and if it leaks, I just get a sponge and just wipe it off and just drop it in the trash can. It has a liner, and you'll get used to it. And this one worked also. This one worked better for me. But the only thing is with this one, when I did apply it, it does sting. And this one didn't. But for me, it didn't work as good as this one. So I took the sting to get the better coat than these. And after you get it cleaned up, I said, and then get your skin barrier on there. If it's starting to turn red or anything, go ahead and put something on it. And if the skin comes off and it's just like raw skin, like raw meat up under it, this is going to help a lot. Then once I get this on, and I just fan it a little bit, and usually I just use this little thing and just fan it a little bit to dry it a little bit. And they probably taught you in the hospital how to use the Stoma powder. And all I do is, because I still have mine, and but all I do is I take this and sprinkle a little bit on the area. And like I said, I'm laying down, so I use this little compact thing, and it just shows you. And just magnifies everything. So, and I take this and I go around the area, and it's a powder, so you need something to wet it. So I take this and turn it to the spray part, because in the bathroom I put it on like the skeet. This one I want to spray because I don't want it to come out that hard, and just wet it a little bit. Or sometimes if I don't have a lot, I'll apply it to this first and then just dab the area, because it has to be wet in order to activate it. And then it's another layer that'll protect the skin from the adhesive when you put this on. And then after I got it all cleaned up, I got all my barrier on it. And well, first of all, before you start anything, you always make sure you cut this out first, because I have forgotten to do that. And then ready to put it on, and I forgot to cut it out. And then I got to get up and take a chance on it leaking. And I've had to redo it before, because it leaked and messed up everything that I had cleaned and and the stoma powder and everything. And so I had to wipe it all off. And I used the adhesive that I took this off with to get it off, because it does stick to the skin. And I had to clean it all up again. So before you do anything, make sure you got everything prepared. And with this also, you're going to put this on first. But what I did was I went through my box, and I got a new box, so these aren't done yet. I go ahead and when they come in, and get these all ready, and they got the little thing, and you just press it down, and then that's it. I go ahead and get this part ready, because I did in the beginning, I forgot to close it. So when my box comes in, I go ahead and do all of these. Go ahead and close them, so that way I don't have any problems forgetting. Okay, so now when everything's already clean, you ready, the skin, if it starts to get irritated, it's gonna be like really red, and it's gonna have like a little hole or a dip in it. And if it gets, when I had the little dip in the hole, I put the adhesive on it, but I put the stoma powder like in the hole, like a kind of like a pile of stoma powder in the hole, and then kind of smooth it off, because the stoma powder is going to help so much with the irritation. And if the skin start to get irritated, you need to start. I had to change my bag. Like if I do it on a Friday night, I may go Saturday, and then Sunday night I'll do it again. I take it and change it. And then once it starts to heal and everything healed, then I might go one extra day. But not past that, because I did it before and it made everything. I was worse off than I was the first time. But now everything's healing up well and looks really good. So I only go out 2 days. Well, like on a Friday, then I do it Sunday night. And it's been working well, and I want it to stay well. And so when it's time to put this back on, I did cut this at an angle a little bit, because when I did it when I cut it like the straight way, and you'll figure out the straight way, this ended up like in my navel crease, and it wouldn't like stick because it was like in a funny area. So the next time I took it and I turned it just a little bit at an angle, and then that way it bypassed it, and everything stayed straight. So it gave me a better seal. It didn't leak or anything, but I just didn't like the fact that this little part was kind of weak when everything else was flat and flush. And once you put this on, and I take this before covering up, and I put it on, and then I just take a gauze. Wait, before that, my skin being irritated, the cut isn't like perfect, so you'll see once you put it on if any raw skin around the incision part is showing. And so I take this and make sure that, and I take this stoma powder, and whatever I see the skin, and I just take the stoma powder and kind of put it in that little area. And try not to get it, I mean, you can get it on it, but try not to get any on the stoma itself, just on that skin that's kind of out, and you can see it. And I cover it with this, and then I take this, put it on the spray part this time, keep it on the spray part, and wet it a little bit, or you can put it, sometimes I put it on the gauze, wet the gauze real good on the tip, like this, and then that way you can kind of dab it. And once it get wet, you'll see it starts to activate. And then afterward, on whatever left, after I put it on and stick it on, I take my, just this, and I kind of go around it gently. And then that way you'll start seeing it kind of seal like your skin to get a good seal on it. And then just kind of play with it a little bit. In the beginning, it's going to be kind of rough, maybe a little sore. Well, it's going to be sore because the incision's kind of, well, it's fresh and new. So you will, it gets better. I promise you, it does. It gets better. And you just go around. And it just gave me the best seal, because before, I know when I do get finished and you hold your hand over it for the 2 minutes, but when I took it off, sometimes I can still get stuff that goes behind it, and the skin gets more irritated. But I got a better seal. I do like this and this and this, and I just do it for probably about 2 minutes or whatever until I feel comfortable. And then right there where this part is open, and make sure that part is sealed really good. And then once it's on, then all you do is just this. I found out too, if you turn it at an angle a little bit, because myself, I got where I figured out that I can sit on the toilet all the way back on the toilet and have enough between my legs to actually empty this in the toilet, instead of putting it in the cup when we started from, when I first got home, and then emptying the cup. And I figured out that I could open my legs wide enough and actually had enough room to just unlock it and then just let it flow. And then all you do, well, is attach this to it, and I attach it at a little bit of an angle this way. So when I open it, because it's on the right side of my stomach, it's actually pointed directly in the hole between my legs, and it falls right in. And that saves a lot of time and a lot of mess. Not a lot of mess because it's going into a container, but I didn't have to clean the container. And one other thing is when cleaning it, when you clean it, the pouch itself, when you're draining it, this right here, I use disposable wipes. I figured out that the off name, the Equate, the Member Mark, these work for me so much better because they're thinner and you can work well with them. I had some Cottonelle, and all of them are good, but they're kind of thick and they don't fit in there and get into the creases easy. But these are a lot more flexible. And so I use the flushable wipes. And when you're cleaning it, just make sure that this first, because you have like different, like 1, 2, 3, like layers. Just make sure when you're cleaning it that this first here is cleaned out. And then wipe up that side really good and up that side really good. And that right there, and once you do it, it prevented any from like leaking off the top and then getting over everything. And I'm trying to think if I'm missing something. I think that's about all the tips I had. Like I say, and like I said, once you get your bags and things, when you get your bags, if you got one that works, always use that one when you're going out. And then when you got a new product, make sure that you're home. And at least for the night, to make sure it works. Because I did make it home, but barely. One of the new ones I had, we had to use at the doctor's office when that's what I had what they call a bridge. in my stoma. So it was like a white thingy that was going through my stoma. And you keep it for 2 weeks, and then they take it out. So they had to put a new bag on after removing it. And if you have one, if you still have one, I would let you know that when they take it out, because I was kind of like, I don't know what they doing, but all they're gonna do is just cut those 2 stitches out, and they're gonna slide it out. And I mean, you'll feel it like a tug, and right when you think it's fixing to hurt, it's all over. And with my doctors, and that was my situation. But it's nothing to be worried about. And then once they take that stoma out, that was, yeah, that helped a lot with getting the bags and stuff on easier. Yeah, but I had taken and used a new bag that I hadn't used, but I did make it home, and I sat down and I felt something wet, and it leaked. And so if you're gonna try a different product, do it when you know you're not fixing to go out. And just to make sure, not saying it's gonna leak at all, but just to be on the safe side. And I got that with that. And I think that's about it. But if you have any questions on anything that I've said or anything you want to ask me about, please feel free to put them in the comments. And I hope this video helps somebody. And because we were kind of blind to what we were doing, and personally, but we did have help, because I had some people who had experience or had one, but hands-on, I didn't have like a teaching lesson except from at the hospital. But you learn as you go, and just stay prayed up, and God is always good. And I say, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. But the biggest thing I have, these head rags that I have on, that's because I haven't had my hair done since since January, and I don't want you to see what's up under here. So when I get my surgery, and I will be doing more videos on like the surgery and the upcoming, and I'll let you guys know when I finally get my date and how it worked in the process. And as far as getting my approval, I have seen my surgeon several times since then, but I've had to see my surgeon a few weeks ago, and he looked at everything, and everything was good. I had to see my gynecologist for him to check to make sure everything was good, and then I had to get my MRI. And how I ended up with the ileostomy is January 31st, I had a stomach virus that was going through like everywhere, and it was like really, really violent. But it tore where almost 3 years ago I had a colonoscopy, but I had a large polyp, and I had an appointment coming up in May, but in January, with the virus, it tore it, and it called what they call a rectovaginal fistula, and you can look it up and see what it is. And I had to have surgery to fix it. And during the surgery, before surgery, they did tell me what was going to happen, that it was going to be 3 different things. Either he can go in and fix it, and I can just heal from that, or if he finds something that needed a little more attention, I would end up with something with a balloon. And he said, but that would be temporary. And he said, but if he went in and found something kind of major, and he had to go in and work and take some stuff apart, he had to take my bladder, my colon, and my vagina, take everything out, and then take a look at it, fix it. And then he said he would be able to put it all back together. But if not, then I would end up with an ostomy. And I didn't know, like I didn't know until I woke up that I had the ileostomy. And it's been like a lot of learning. a lot of learning. But the only thing about it is your like mindset. I had 3 different. I did have a home nurse, and I ended up with 3 different ones that came, and all 3 said that the way my mindset was about it was so great because of their other patients. And he said, because some of them couldn't even look at it. And me, from the beginning, it was always just hands on, and it didn't bother me. But in my mind, it was the ileostomy didn't take anything from me. It was just something added to me, and it saved my life. And so I was appreciative of it, and I thank God for it. And then maybe knowing that it was only a temporary thing, and I knew God would give me the strength to endure whatever needed. I just didn't have like a mental thing where it took away from me to make me feel less about myself. So, and I hope you are the same, because my husband been great. My relationship probably got stronger, and but I do know what I can do, and because I still can't like bend over like I'm fixing to get off of here now, because even though I'm sitting at an angle, it's still like a little irritating, and so I can't bend over it, and I'm finna get out this chair. But like I said, if you got any questions, and keep your mind built up, stay strong. If you don't know what I do, and I'll tell you, I read a lot, and I do look at movies and stuff, but mostly just to keep your mind built up on stronger things than this, because this is not you, it's just something added to you. And I hope this helped somebody. And again, my name is Linda Robinson, and please feel free to ask me any questions, and I am an open book. And I love you guys. Take care and have a beautiful rest of your week. I love you.